Hi guys! Today we're going to talk about the most ulu new launch of 2026. Okay, so Mary, SOSD, can you tell me where exactly is Tengah Garden Residences? I mean, I assume it's at Tengah MRT, right?
No, it's not at Tengah MRT. It's actually at Hongkar MRT.
Where is it?
Okay, so maybe let me explain. Do you know where's Jurong East MRT?
Yes.
I guess most of us would know where's Jurong
It's
East.
the other end of Singapore.
Jurong East MRT is currently MRT interchange connecting two MRT lines, the red and the green. There's even 3 shopping malls there, GEM, Westgate and IMM. So this is actually quite a popular area in the west, almost like Tampines in the east. So Tengah Gardens is actually really near to Jurong East. It's just 5 stops away and 10 minutes drive away. Oh yes, if you are not aware, Jurong Lake District is nearby too. Tengah Garden is a new township divided into 6 areas and Tengah Garden Residences is at the garden part.
In terms of amenities, we are about 2 minutes walk away to the HDB area where you can find supermarket, food and amenities. About 10 minutes walk to Plantation Plaza, 2 bus stops to Park Point, about 4 stops to Jurong Point, and if that's not enough, it's about 5 stops away to GEM, Westgate and IMM.
But there's already shops right below.
Oh yeah, huh? Having shops right below is a great convenience for people with elderly and also kids.
Exactly, and we do not have to worry about them crossing the road.
That's right!
So next, the development. Tengah Garden Residences has about 863 units with 16 stories, and for the first level, it will be totally commercial units. So if you are in the need of quick fix, you can just take the lift all the way to level 1 and get your quick bite. Any nearer, you need to stay at level 1. You can see that the developer has catered more than 50% for 2 bedrooms and 3 bedrooms, and this totally makes sense because this area will attract investors as well as own-stay owners. This is the overview of the site plan. Tengah Garden Residences is located right next to the train station. There are also pond-facing and hospital-facing. So let's talk about the 1-bedroom layout. There are only 6 units of 1 bedroom in Tengah Garden Residences, and all of them are on the 2nd floor. So both layouts are pretty similar, except 1B1 has a slightly bigger living area. And my top pick for 1 bedroom will be this stack at stack 39, reason being is pool view with the longest block-to-block distance without any west sun. And I would avoid stack 5 because of the west sun and the close block-to-block distance.
Next, let's talk about the 2-bedders. Now, it's going to get a bit more complicated because there's up to 23 stacks of them. They are mainly split into 3 types: the 2-bed 1-bath, 2-bed 2-bath, and 2-bed with study. I would say the 2-bedders are all pretty well designed because of 2 main reasons: the dumbbell layout that most buyers prefer these days, as well as the kitchen that is tucked aside. And let's talk about the top pick of the 2-bedders. And if given a choice, I would definitely go for the 2-bed plus study first, because with the extra space, I could have more storage area and an area if I need to work from home. So among the many stacks of the 2-bed plus study, stack 24 would be my top pick. The main reason for this choice has to be the open view, as the rest of the 2-bed plus study are facing each other with about 26 to 25 meters apart. And if we do not need the 2-bed plus study, the next top pick for the 2-bedders has got to be stack 39. This stack has the most beautiful swimming pool view in this development and is almost more than 50 meters apart from his neighbor opposite. And which unit would I be avoiding? I would be avoiding stack 28 for 3 main reasons. Firstly, it's similarly near the neighbors opposite like many other units in here. Secondly, it's also the southwest facing, which certain time of the year you would be getting some west sun. And lastly, this is also one of the 2-bedders nearest to the paddleball court and the clubhouse.
Let's look at the 3-bedroom and 3-bedroom plus store layout located at these stacks. Here's the overview of all the different stacks. And my top pick for 3-bedroom will be at stack 37, which is the 3-bedroom plus store. Reason being, it is spacious, somewhat similar to a standard HDB layout with pool view and pond view. The 3-bedroom to avoid will be stack 23, reason being the kitchen does not have natural air ventilation and it is not fully enclosable. It is also the nearest stack to the MRT track, which means there will be a lot of noises during the day. Moving on to the 3-bedroom premium layout, there are 7 floor plans in total, and my top pick will be Stack 38. Reason being, it has the furthest block-to-block distance and comes with a pool view. The stack that I will definitely avoid will be Stack 10 because of the close proximity to a neighbor with zero to little privacy. If you're staying in this stack, that also means that you have to keep your curtains down all day and night.
Next, the 4-beders. There's a total of 12 stacks of them, split into mainly 2 types, the standard 4-beders and the premium 4-beders. These 2 unit types are about 100 square feet apart, but the main difference is their position in the development. The developer has placed all the premium 4-beders along the river. And my top pick for the 4-bedder standard unit has to be Stack 44. The reason is obvious. The rest of the standard 4-bedders are facing the neighbor opposite, while this is the only 4-bedder standard unit that has the unblocked view. As for the 4-bedder premium unit, I believe most people would go for Stack 6, which is the furthest from the MRT track. However, my personal top pick is Stack 50 instead, because this is the only 4-bedder premium that will be getting the least west sun. Yes, the rest of the 4-bed premium units along the left side on the map are furthest away from the MRT track. However, these are also the unit that will hit the west sun directly. And the stack that I will avoid for 4-bedders would be Stack 29 for 2 reasons. This is the nearest to the neighbor, about 24.6 meters, and is also the southwest facing that gets some west sun at certain months of the year.
So we have heard about the development and there are some schools around there too.
Yes. So for New Township, the schools are rather well planned into it. We have Kranji Primary, Pioneer Primary, etc. And also the rather famous ACS that will be coming into the Tengah area in 2030.
What about the international schools there?
Oh yes, international schools are equally important as well, especially for investors. We do have a variety such as UWC, Canadian School, Dulwich College, Dulwich, right? No. I'm not very sure how it's pronounced. GCSS and etc.
With these international schools around, it's likely to bring in tenants for Tengah Garden Residences.
Okay, so let's talk about the supply and demand. So in terms of supply, what do we have in Tengah area?
Currently, we have about 5 ECs around here and 1 condo, Le Quest. So the 5 ECs are Octo, Novo, Altura, and one more Copen Grand, and the last one, Luminant Grand.
Oh, that's quite a lot.
That's quite a lot, yes. But the difference between us and the rest is we are directly linked to the MRT and we are a mixed development. If you are looking for convenience, this is definitely the choice to go.
Next, let's talk about demand. In terms of demand for Tengah Garden Residences, I'm rather confident because within Tengah itself, government has already planned about 30,000 over HDB in this area. The existing HDB near Plantation Plaza is not under the newer scheme of the HDB where they require 10 years of MOP. And on top of that, we might have potentially people who are staying in the more mature area of the west side wanting to move over to the newer estate. So just now, as we mentioned about there's 5 EC in this area, personally, I've also worked with people who want to upgrade from an EC to a bigger private property that is nearer to the MRT station or even amenities.
Yes, I agree. This EC may be our future competitor, but they could also be our future buyers.
That's right.
So is Tengah Garden Residences a safe buy?
So when we talk about a safe buy, we always go back to the fundamentals, which is the land price. The developer will always have a break-even price depending on the land price they buy at. So the land price will give us an estimate of the launch price. And that brings to my next point because Tengah Garden Residences will be priced significantly lower than the upcoming new launches due to the land price the developer bid at. If today Tengah Garden Residences launch at 2,200 PSF or even lower, it is really a no-brainer, especially when the resale in that area have already transacted higher than that. Take Lentor Modern for example. Recently, it has obtained TOP and the sub-sale transactions are way higher than 2,200 over PSF. Super crazy, right?
So why did we use Lentor Modern as an example?
Lentor Modern is the first development that was launched in that area and it is also the mixed development. So it is pretty similar to this Tengah Township except Tengah has a cluster of HDB whereas Lentor doesn't. And Lentor Modern has achieved that price. I don't see why Tengah cannot. On top of that, I do see there's 2 plots of blue sites at Lentor MRT. I'm sure they will definitely launch at a higher price compared to Tengah Garden Residences in the future. That also means they will help to bump up the price potentially.
So, do you think Tengah Garden Residences is a safe buy?
If you are looking for a floor plan, please reach out to us at our number.
So why the